Well, there's a revolution going on in rec rooms, offices, and classrooms around the world. A revolution in which 15 million people are taking part. They're sharing scientific data, arguing philosophy, or passing on cooking tips and gossip night and day through a computer network called Internet. For about $200 a year, they log on to personal computers connected to phone lines and communicate across cultures and continents. Bill Cameron has this report on the growing phenomenon of Internet.
For years they've been saying these things would change the world, would mature from adding machines and typewriters to tools of the human spirit. The electronic screen means you're connected to anywhere, to anyone riding the same Internet circuit from Turkey, Greenland, Peru, or Nova Scotia. So you put out a general question, and you wait.
Stein in Oslo. There are no borders on the Internet. Color, age, and nationality don't matter.
Andrea in Washington, D.C. It frees me to be me, not someone inconveniencing others with my needs as a deaf person.
Richard, somewhere in England. I can indulge my deep and abiding passion for all things Thai.
Hattie in Toronto. It has more soul than any human being I know.
Mark in Pennsylvania. The net is helping the University of Asmara in Eritrea with books on everything.
Gerardo in Mexico. It's a window to the world.
Marcus in Milan. Internet is liberty, friends all over the world, fun, information, anonymity, part of our everyday life.
Much more every day. Magazines, newspapers, television programs have started to take notice, and the coverage has led to an explosion of interest.
A very, very brief history of the Internet. Many school children believe the Earth began. Dinosaurs came and went. The Internet was formed. And finally, humans evolved just in time to invent air-cushioned sneakers. But in fact, the Internet didn't even exist in the time of Henry VIII.
Oh, never heard of it. Off with his head.
In 1969, the U.S. Defense Department embarked on a grand experiment in long-distance network computing. They called it ARPANET. Networking allowed defense researchers to share expensive supercomputers. And during the height of the Cold War, it also meant that in the event of total nuclear annihilation, at least we wouldn't lose all our data. Years passed and the idea caught on.
You want fries with that download, dude?
Other networks were created, sprawling into a gigantic hairball of connectivity. There was something for everybody on the Internet. It was widely used by scientists.
It was MC Swap.
Business people.
Oh, so, oh, no, boy, so.
Students.
Cool.
Dairy farmers. And of course, perverts. It was an information superhighway. What would they think of next?
I don't know, Sparky. How about something with a bunch of W's?
The World Wide Web was a whole new way of navigating the net. Suddenly, all the world was like one great big CD-ROM. Some visionaries began to see the web as a perfect medium for business, potentially even more lucrative than spam. What does the future hold? That, ladies and gentlemen, is up to you.
The God answer is the Internet's going off planet. What's happening to the Internet terrestrially is pretty clear. One, it's more mobile, so more and more of it will be accessible through mobile devices. Second, it's higher speed. So when we download stuff off the Internet, because the network doesn't know what it's carrying, you can download anything that's digitizable.
I will take a backseat to no one in my commitment to network neutrality. Because once providers start to privilege some applications or websites over others, then the smaller voices get squeezed out and we all lose. The Internet is perhaps the most open network in history, and we have to keep it that way.
Lately, a lot of people have been talking about saving the Internet.
Save the Internet! Net neutrality now! Keep the net free! We need the government to regulate the Internet!
Is the Internet really in danger? Does the Internet need saving? It keeps getting faster. We keep getting more choices. And pretty soon homes will be directly connected to the fiber optic backbone. Building the next generation of the Internet is going to take a lot of work and cost a lot of money. And some big corporations can't wait to use it. They plan on using a huge portion of the new bandwidth to do things like stream high-definition movies. They're going to make billions. But they don't want to pay anything. Instead, they want to stick consumers with the whole bill. And they call their plan net neutrality? These corporations are asking Congress to create volumes of new regulations to control how content is delivered over the Internet. Should politicians and bureaucrats replace network administrators? It'll be the first major government regulation of the Internet, and it will fundamentally change how the Internet works. These big corporations and the Save the Internet campaign want the government to take control of the Internet. They say it's to prevent websites from being blocked. But they can only cite 2 examples of Internet providers that have blocked websites. And they were both in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
The net neutrality issue is a fundamental question about who should control the Internet, the people or the government. And it's a fight about who's going to pay, multi-billion-dollar corporations or you. Congress is about to vote on net neutrality. Make up your own mind. It's about the future of the Internet.